Bill, congrats on making Team USA for the BetVictor Weber Cup in what will be your sixth appearance. How does it feel to be back on the team?
Yeah, it's really cool. I didn't think I'd get the chance to come back. It's pretty difficult to make the U.S. team now. You got to be one of the top couple in the points, and you got to prove your worth to get selected. So it's an honor to get back there. I had some pretty rough experiences the last couple of years I was there. I didn't do too well, so I really wanted the chance to come back and redeem myself. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Like you said, it is based on people who perform well, and this season you had been playing really well. You snapped off your second career major this season. What's been your secret to reaching those levels of performance again?
Yeah, I went through a couple years where things weren't going right, and I knew I needed to make some kind of change, and I changed, just some couple like small tweaks in my game, and but mainly I learned how to throw the ball a lot slower, which was something that was never part of my game for my entire life. And with the way that things were changing and the way that the lanes were being oiled to kind of, with the two-handers having so much rev rate and other guys having a lot of rev rate, there's now a lot more oil in the lane than there used to be. And so I couldn't, my advantage was I could throw it harder than a lot of other people, but that's a disadvantage now. So I had to really learn how to throw it slower. And I think that's probably the thing that helped me the most.
It's been 5 years since we've seen you on that famous BetVictor Weber Cup lane. Where do you feel your game at is right now compared to where it was back in 2015?
I'm a totally different player now. I've gotten a lot more TV shows under my belt since then, so I'm a little more accustomed to the TV environment, and and the way that I'm looking at it now is I set such a low bar for myself the last couple of times, so that anything really that I do for the team while I'm over there will be a huge bonus to them.
And like you said, you haven't got the fondest of memories of the BetVictor Weber Cup, but what are any particular standout memories you do have of your time in Team USA?
Nothing like one moment in particular, but just like being over there and being the underdogs and being not the crowd favorite is fun, and it's great in the moment, to have the crowd root against you, but as soon as we're done, everybody over there was always great to us. If we were hanging out for a little while after the shows were done, and all the fans and everybody was, and the announcers, everybody was great. We really, we always enjoy our time over there. And I think that's the biggest thing is like how intense it is on the lanes, but how great everyone is off.
Yeah, it certainly is a special atmosphere at the Weber Cup. You joined this year, well, what has been for the last few years actually, a very young Team USA. You're the second oldest behind Captain Barnes. Will you be shedding some pearls of wisdom for the younger guys out there, or are you going to let them just get on with their own game?
Well, a couple of the guys, like Kyle and Anthony have been, on the last couple of years, and they've done extremely well in that setting. So they certainly don't need any advice from me, but I'm sure that when we're there, we'll be, Chris and I will be, talking about like lane play strategies and stuff like that, stuff that, we kind of do best. So I'm sure we'll all lean on each other, and those guys will have little things to tell Chris and I as well. So it'll be a total team effort.
And what's your chemistry like with those guys, your teammates, whilst you're on the PBA Tour? Are you particularly close with any of the players?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us at some point have shared meals together and and hung out. I mean, we see each other, all the time. So I think it's, it's a little bit different than like team sports where they kind of just travel amongst their team. We see everybody, and, we kind of, hang out with everybody. And I have a great relationship with all the guys in the team. So, the chemistry part won't be a problem.
And you'll be celebrating your 39th birthday the week of the BetVictor Weber Cup. Would the icing on the cake be the MVP title as well as the Weber Cup trophy itself, or are you one-track minded when it comes to that week?
Well, it's a long way off now. So yeah, so I can think about MVP, but when I get closer and we actually get there, it'll just be, the cliche, there's just one match at a time, or what, and not get too far ahead of ourselves. Because, one of the I forget exactly which year it was, but one of the last times I was there, we had a huge lead. And I think we won like one match on the last day, and Europe came back to beat us. So I know from experience that it's not too good to get too far ahead of yourself.
Yeah, the famous 2014 year where Captain Barnes rolled the winning strike at the end. Looking over at Team Europe, are there any personal battles that you're eyeing up and relishing when we go out there? We know the trash talking can fly when you get onto that single lane in the BetVictor Weber Cup, or is it just straight business out there?
Well, one person in particular always seemed to beat me over there, and that was Stu Williams. So he likes to talk too. So I'm sure that and he's an elder statesman, I guess you could say, of the Weber Cup as well. So I'm sure we'll have some back and forth. That'll be a lot of fun.
I think vocal for Stu Williams is a bit of an understatement. Has he
Yeah.
has he been in touch since you guys have both been announced on the teams to kind of get some early jabs in there?
No, not yet. But Stu hasn't bowled too well the last couple of years on tour. It's certainly not up to his standards. So I think he's probably waiting until we get a lot closer because he doesn't have quite the ammo for a back and forth battle quite yet. But once we get closer to it, I'm sure he'll be ready to roll.
And just touching on the strange circumstances we're in at the moment with the COVID pandemic, you're over in Philadelphia yourself. How's it been since lockdown's been implemented? Have you been able to practice much and getting on in lanes?
I haven't bowled a ton, but one of the local bowling centers that's privately owned, kind of opened their doors and let me come in when no one was there. And I bowled a little bit before our event in June that we did in Florida. Now we have another event in Florida, so I'm back to practicing a little bit. But I'm not trying to be in the bowling centers too much, which is crazy to say because it's my job, but also at the same time, like just trying to keep as safe as possible. And I've been practicing a little bit, getting ready for this event, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be for how much time off I've had.
You were the first name on the team sheet this year for Team USA. Have you been in touch with Captain Barnes and the rest of your guys?
Yeah. Chris has been in contact a lot. He leaned on me a little bit for some advice on on the selection process and all that stuff, just to kind of bounce some ideas off of. So, this is an event that Chris loves. This is one of his favorite events and mine as well. So I think he takes it really seriously. So he's had conversations with all the guys and just trying to make sure everybody was on the same page.
And for any new BetVictor Weber Cup fans out there who might not have seen you in action for Team USA, what can they expect from you and this Team USA in October?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fairly I'm a fiery competitor, especially in the late stages of games. I like to sometimes let my emotions get the best of me, and especially in that arena, in that format. It's an easy way to show your emotions. I mean, the crowd brings it out of you. So I think you're going to see that from all of us. You're going to see some fiery competition, and hopefully come out with the win in the end.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in October on the BetVictor Weber Cup lane. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks a lot.